size -2 hot as fuckness is your idol Loretta Jenkins. And tonight's how I sees that we doing, cause the other night I was flipping through the flipper and somewhere up in the 2000s, I seen where on ESPN where they sponsoring folks to just eat and eat and eat. Ooh. We need to get that gym mayor from Big Apple to come down here and put a stop to all this out of control crazy hood. Let me learn you bitches what is and what is not a sport, alright? For something to classify as a sport, it ought to have a prerequisite in there that there needs to be some kind of form of physical activity in the form of blood and sweaty tears. I mean, it's gotta be sporty for fuck's sake if it's gonna be a sport, alright? What? Eating goddamn food. Oh. End of days, y'all. I live for the day when one of these speed eaters is just gnawing down on all get out and then they break a jaw or choke on the chicken. It'd be fucking funny. But seriously though, I could get into some competitive fucking. Any of you man whores out there want to come try to get at my gold medal glitches? No, not choke the chicken, choke on a chicken bone. Goddamn, Margie, where your head at? I hope one of them contenders has himself a live coronary right there on TV so all the folks can see that this is not a healthy lifestyle. Food is murder, y'all. That is the God's honest gospel. Now you take it from me. And that's the truth. Yeah, I Google it. They these monks that they don't never eat or drink. They just breathe out their eyes. Did y'all know you could do that? Google it. Golf ain't no sport, and neither is bowling. Now you can tell by my guns here that I'm an avid bowler, but that don't mean I'm stupid enough to think that these things ain't sports. They're games. If the fat and the lame and the old people can participate, then it ain't no sport. So why are these things on the ESPN's? The ESPN's. How you pronounce that? Well, I had to go look that up on the dictionaries later. And here's some other non-sports. Synchronized swimming, except if it's in the gay Olympics. And ice dancing, and ice pole dancing, ice pole or ice cap fishing, sticking your tongue in the ice, freezing it, ice skating, shooting polar bears, and skipping rocks, and jumping rope, and playing hopscotch, and rock, paper, scissors. And that ice thing where you roll a loaf of cheese across the ice and down the hill and go all Iron Man style. It's like, woo! And he pop it in that hole with that broom. Go! It ain't no sports. I think they ought to put that supermarket sweeps back on the Olympics channel. Hey, if y'all ever channel surfing and you run across one of these eating contests, look at them fatties' eyes. They all into it. They love it. They like all creaming in their jeans just cause they eating. It's grosser than a motherfucker. They all getting off on it. I call that shit foodster-baiting. Creaming it in their crawl, fucking theyself to death with food. I think overeating might be worse than cancer. Tisk. Shameful. And then competitors, when they get in that zone, they look like they under the spell of the devil. And gorging yourself on all that food, that's what God was talking about when he said he don't like gluttony and nastiness. And then you end up being all fat and lazy on your couch, moving around like a sloth. There's another deadly sin, and it's for money usually, and there's another, greedy. It wouldn't surprise me if God classified watching this fast food contest as devil worshiping. Finally, I agree with Prue on something. Y'all still clear that ESPN4 channel. It is a sinful gateway to the hell mouth. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Except I was getting to wondering, what about these Japanesians and Korean Americans? How come they always win these competitions, huh? Wouldn't they have tiny dwarf stomachs since they're so little? I don't know. Maybe they'd find a way to cheat, like they do in them Olympics or when they spelling beeing. Or when they making little kids' toys out of illegal products so they can build themselves back up to that big superpower like they used to be, instead of being the butt of everybody's little dicky pecker jokes. I tell you what, these eating contests, I ain't never ever seen anything as gross as this shit, y'all. Except for fatty porn. Like when the dude, he think he's fucking a hoe, you know, but he really dick jabbing on like a foal of fat ass. That's the funny shit I ever seen in my life. Oh man, that shit is just hilarious. Now, I ain't kidding y'all. It's just the grossest shit. Me and my local DBs, we get together every night for some competitive drinking. And then we watch fatty porn and take bets on who can hold they puking the longest. You just got to see this shit. Somebody need to put that shit on TV. Well, that's how I say it. Sweet.